Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the cyber crime and cyber security in India. So, cyber security has become a very important topic. We have reached the stage of Industry 4.0, which is heavily relied on the information and communication technology. And in this regard, it is very important that a focus should be placed on the cyber security. And hence, in this video, we will discuss about what has the initiative taken by the Indian government in terms of robusting our cyber security, as well as we will also take a look into the cyber crimes, what kind of cyber crimes has been committed and what has been the trend recently. So let's begin. The first thing we will discuss is why this particular thing was in news. So recently what happened? National Cyber Security Coordinator Lieutenant General Rajesh Pant. Now you don't have to remember the name, but just remember the post, that National Cyber Security Coordinator. He actually came up with certain observation in regard to what kind of cyber crimes has been going on in India. So the very important data which he highlighted is that cyber crimes in India caused rupees 1.25 trillion loss in 2019. Now it is an important data. You could just note it somewhere, like think about it. If there is a question in your mains examination regarding why cyber security is important for India, or like why should government have some kind of mechanism to develop more cyber secure system. So in that you can just, like in introduction, give this data that National Cyber Security Coordinator highlighted that rupees 1.25 trillion was lost because of cybercrime in 2019 itself. So it will just give the impact that okay, what is the whole scope or what is the magnitude in which cybercrime could actually affect a particular nation. Then he made certain other observations as well. For an example, he talk about that these cyber crimes or these cyber threats are not going to decrease but increase only, because we are going to develop initiatives like smart cities and 5G networks. So going forward, it's not like the cases will go down, but if we are not developing proper cyber secure system, it will lead to further increase in the cases. So that is another observation made by him. Then he talked about that there are only few Indian companies who are making some of cyber security products, and there is a big vacuum in the sector. So he talked about how over here entrepreneurship is important. So what happened over here is that we are talking about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, which means that India should have a kind of a system where the product which are like related to cyber security could be developed within the India, because you understand over here that these are very sensitive products and they could be used for like kind of tackle the information from the particular nation. In fact, if you remember the Huawei case, in fact, US and most of the countries in the Western Europe, they also tried to like get away from this company because there were allegations that China was using this company to kind of spy on the sovereign nations. So such kind of, in an era when the countries could use these products to spy on the nation, it is very important that such sensitive product or such products which are very important for the national security are developed within the country. So this also gave a kind of a chance for the entrepreneurs or for a sector to develop in this domain. So he also suggested a dedicated industry forum for cyber security. So that is also one of the observation made by him. So this is the major idea. I hope you understood this part. You could quote these observation in your mains answer writing. Now let's move forward and try to understand what are the steps taken by the government. So the government is also aware of the problem and also understand the magnitude by which it could affect it, and hence a lot of initiative has been started by the government. So the first, you just remember, online cybercrime reporting portal. And this has been launched for complaints pertaining to child pornography, child sexual abuse material, rape gang images or sexually explicit content. So there is a dedicated portal where you could like file a complaint against if you find any of these things over the internet. Now if you remember, there is also a report which highlighted that the highest number of cyber crimes come from the area of fraud. So the highest number of cyber crime in India are of the nature of fraud, and the next highest is sexual harassment. So online sexual harassment comprises of the next highest cases in terms of online crimes. So because of it, there is a dedicated portal which is known as the Cybercrime Reporting Portal. You could go over there and put like complaint regarding to these things. Then a scheme for establishment of Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center. So as the name suggests, this is basically has been created in order to facilitate more coordinated effort in cases of cybercrime. What is this center is all about? We will discuss in the upcoming slide. Next, the establishment of National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. Now, few of the infrastructure, the information which it carries are very sensitive or very important for the national security. Defense sector, for an example, space, then you have atomic energy. All these information need to be secured in a better way, and because of it, there is a dedicated National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. Then government also has something called as CERTIN, which is basically an organization which is kind of like a first response team. So if any cyber crime incident has been reported, CERTIN is the team which is like the first to report or first to work on it. Then we have Cyber Swachhata Kendra. So these are botnet cleaning and malware analysis center which has been launched for providing detection of malicious programs and free tools to remove such program. So for an example, you are using your mobile and you have to run the anti-malware programs just to check no malware has been provided there. So such kind of things are provided in Cyber Swachhata Kendra where the malicious malware could be detected and could be cleaned. So this is again one of the initiative by the government. Next, formulation of crisis management plans for countering cyber attacks and cyber terrorism. So cyber crime has not limited to the area of only the fraud per se, but has even gone beyond it and has come into the form of cyber warfare. So we have cyber attacks which could topple the governments of places, and we have cyber terrorism also. So in such a scenario, it is important that a crisis management plan is in place. So these are the few steps which has been taken by the government. Now let's try to understand few of the important topics from here. So the first we will study is Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center. In short, just remember it as I4C. What is its aim? It aims to act at a nodal point in the fight against cybercrime and to prevent misuse of cyberspace for furthering the cause of extremist and terrorist group. Now just remember this particular I4C comes under MHA, which is Ministry of Home Affairs. One of its agenda is also to not let the cyberspace be used by the extremist or the terrorist group. So that is also one of the aim for this. Then it also aims to suggest amendments if required in cyber laws to keep pace with fast changing technology and international cooperation. Like for an example, if there is a law which has become redundant because of the latest advancement in technology and that law need to be changed, so such kind of what you can say suggestion are also provided by I4C, and as mentioned earlier, it is under the aegis of Ministry of Home Affairs. Remember that. And under this comes a lot of component or lot of units which function to provide a coordinated effort for fighting the cybercrime. So it includes National Cybercrime Threat Analysis Unit. As the name suggests, it will analyze the threat. Then National Cybercrime Reporting. Then we have Platform for Joint Cybercrime Investigation Team, National Cybercrime Forensic Laboratory Ecosystem, National Cybercrime Training Center, Cybercrime Ecosystem Management Unit, National Cybercrime Research and Innovation Center. So from the name itself, you can understand what could be their function. You don't have to remember each and everything about these particular units, but at least these names you should remember. What all comes under the I4C, that is something you need to know. So just remember the name of these components. So let's move forward and try to understand the other organization as well, which is your National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. So it is an organization of Government of India created under Section 70A of the Information Technology Act. So under which act it is created? It is created under IT Act of 2000, which was amended in 2008. And how it was created? It was created through a gadget notification. It is designated as a national nodal agency in respect of critical information infrastructure protection. So all the data center which is like harboring the critical information, those the protection of those particular infrastructure come under the ambit of NCIIPC. What is its vision? Its vision is to facilitate safe, secure and resilient information infrastructure for critical sectors of the nation. So that is the major vision, that it is need to create safe and secure and resilient information infrastructure so that the cyber crime or cyber attacks on those infrastructure is not possible, because these are very important and very sensitive information for the overall national security. What is its mission? So its mission is to take all necessary measures to facilitate protection of critical information infrastructure from unauthorized access. So how it is going to function, what kind of thing it will block? So it will block unauthorized access first of all, then any modification in the information, use of information which you don't have access to, disclosure, disruption, incapacitation or distraction through incoherent coordination, synergy and raising information security awareness among all stakeholders. So raising the awareness among the stakeholder, like the one who are using those critical infrastructure, like for an example the people who are working for the defense sector, the unit which is like transferring the data to the data center, these people should be made aware that why cybersecurity is very important and why the information should be kept in a particular protocol only. So that is also the, what you can say, the functioning or the mission of NCIIPC. So this is something you need to know. Next, let's also just go through about the CERT-In also. So Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. So this is the full form of CERT-In, Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. Is an office within the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So just remember, CERT-In comes under MeitY. What it is a nodal agency to deal with cybersecurity threats like hacking and phishing. So this is like, it's the nodal agency which will be like the first response wherever there is like cases of hacking or phishing. CERT-In has been designated to serve as a national agency to perform the following function. Which are those functions? Let's just go through them one by one. Collection, analysis and dissemination of information on cyber incidents. So basically they also keep a track on what kind of cyber incidents are going on within the nation. Forecast and alert cybersecurity incidents. So not only they will work like post the incident, but even the awareness, the pre-incident awareness, or the which of the area which could be considered more critical or more prone to attack, they are also supposed to forecast that. Emergency measure for handling cybersecurity incidents. So just in case a cybersecurity incident happen, what kind of response mechanism should be there is also the functionality of CERT-In. Then coordination of cyber incident response activities, issue guidelines, advisory, vulnerability notes and white papers relating to information security practices, procedure, prevention, response and reporting of cyber incidents. So it's like you need to educate the people who are handling the data. So you have to tell them that, for an example, just don't eject any pen drive, don't put any pen drive on the secured hardware on intranet. So such kind of information, such kind of guidelines is also provided by the CERT-In. And any other function related to cyber security as may be prescribed. So CERT-In could be guaranteed with some other kind of role and responsibility as well as per the exigency of time. So these are the few things that you need to know. So I hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you.